Class example 3.44. Expand each of the following using log laws and evaluate and simplify where possible. So in these questions, what we're going to do is take a single logarithm and we're going to want to expand it out into multiple terms. So we're going to want to figure out where we can split this. So in this case, we can split this log up into two different logs. And the logs we're going to want to split it up to is 81 and x to the 7 because they're being multiplied together. So with multiplication, using our first log law, we can rewrite that as logs being added together. So that would just be 81 plus log base 3 of x to the 7. We're also going to use the third log law to move that exponent down in front of the log, so the coefficient. And then we're going to evaluate any of the terms that we can. So log base 3 of 81, well, that's just going to be a number. And that number is whatever 3 to the power of something is equal to 81. So 3 to the power of 4 is 81. So we just rewrite that as 4 now. So 4 plus 7 log base 3 of x. For b, you can see that we can split this one into 3 different logs. Notice that the square root of a was rewritten as a to the power of a half, and that any of the or anything that we had in the numerator would have been positive, so that was this term, and then anything in the denominator, you need to make sure to make it negative, right? Negative or subtraction in this case. Just like we did in the last example, any of the exponents we're going to move down to become the coefficients in front of the log. And then our log base 5 of 125, well, we can actually solve that. We can actually get a number from that. So 5 to the power of what is 125? Well, 3. So in the end, we get 1/2 log base 5 of a minus 2 log base 5 of b minus 3. And notice that we put this constant term on the end. We kind of do that by convention. Typically, you would put the constant on the end of the expression. For part C, you can see that we would want to split this into 2 different logarithms. Notice that we changed the square root of 1,000 to 1,000 to the power of a half, and the cube root of x squared would become x to the power of 2 over 3, and also that anything in the numerator became positive, and anything in the denominator was negative or a subtraction. So this comes from our second log law, because we were dividing in the first case. Now again, we're going to use our third log law to move those exponents down in front, so they're now coefficients. And then we'll evaluate anything that we know. So let's just look at this section right here. So log of 1,000. So remember, that's log base 10. So 10 to the power of what is 1,000? So 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000. So it's going to be 1/2 times 3 minus 2/3 log x. So then just rewriting 1/2 times 3 as 3 over 2 minus 2/3 log x.